As Aristotle wisely remarked, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Our habits define us, influencing our well-being and success. Acknowledging their profound impact, Benjamin Franklin aptly noted, "It is easier to prevent bad habits than to break them." In this exploration, we'll delve into common destructive habits that might be undermining your life and unveil strategies to overcome them. Before we proceed, let's cultivate a community of growth and support. If you find value in this discussion, don't hesitate to like and share this content. Subscribing ensures you won't miss out on future insights into personal development and breaking destructive habits. 1. Procrastination. Procrastination, the silent thief of time, stealthily undermines both our personal and professional pursuits. As George Claude Lorimer insightfully remarked, "Putting off an easy thing makes it hard. Putting off a hard thing makes it impossible." The consequences of procrastination can manifest as missed opportunities, increased stress, and unfulfilled potential. To overcome this insidious habit, it's essential to employ practical strategies. Begin by breaking down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. This not only makes the workload seem less daunting, but also allows for a sense of accomplishment with each completed step. Additionally, set specific deadlines to create a sense of urgency and accountability. Cultivating a habit of prioritization is also key. Identify tasks based on their importance and tackle high-priority items first. This approach ensures that crucial tasks are addressed promptly, reducing the likelihood of procrastination. Remember, the journey to overcoming procrastination begins with a single step. By implementing these strategies, you can gradually reclaim control over your time and productivity, fostering a more purposeful and rewarding life. 2. Wasting time. Mindless consumption, whether it be in the form of endless binge-watching or impulsive and excessive spending, can ensnare us in a cycle of dissatisfaction and financial strain. The ramifications extend beyond momentary pleasures, impacting our mental well-being and financial stability. To escape this trap, adopting mindful practices is crucial. Start by evaluating your consumption patterns. Identify areas where mindless habits are most prevalent, whether it's mindless scrolling through social media or making impulse purchases. Awareness is the first step toward change. Introduce intentional pauses before engaging in consumption. Ask yourself if the activity or purchase aligns with your values and contributes positively to your life. This moment of reflection helps break the automatic, thoughtless cycle. Consider implementing a waiting period for non-essential purchases. This delay provides an opportunity to assess whether the item is genuinely needed or simply a fleeting desire. Over time, this practice fosters more deliberate and mindful decision-making. Finally, cultivate alternative habits that align with your goals and values. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through content, engage in activities that stimulate personal growth or relaxation. Channeling energy into more intentional pursuits can lead to a more fulfilling and purposeful life, free from the shackles of mindless consumption. 3. Negative self-talk. Negative self-talk, the silent saboteur that undermines our mental health and self-esteem, holds the power to shape our perceptions and influence our actions. When we engage in self-deprecating thoughts, we create barriers to success and well-being. To overcome this destructive habit, it's essential to recognize the impact of negative self-talk on our mental landscape. Acknowledge the moments when self-critical thoughts arise and understand that they do not define your worth or capabilities. Awareness is the first step toward transformation. Counteract negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Challenge and reframe pessimistic thoughts by consciously replacing them with statements that emphasize your strengths, achievements, and potential. Affirmations serve as powerful tools for cultivating a positive mindset and building self-confidence. Cultivate self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a friend facing challenges. Understand that making mistakes is a part of the human experience, and they don't diminish your value. Approach yourself with empathy and encouragement. Surround yourself with positivity. Engage in activities, read literature, or connect with individuals who inspire and uplift you. Creating an environment that fosters positivity helps counteract the influence of negative self-talk. Remember, the words you whisper to yourself hold immense power. By actively cultivating positive self-talk and embracing self-compassion, you can break free from the grip of negative thoughts, paving the way for improved mental well-being and self-esteem. 4. Unhealthy lifestyle choices. Unhealthy habits, particularly those related to diet and exercise, hold the potential to undermine our physical well-being, creating a perilous path for the body. As custodians of our own vessels, we must acknowledge the profound repercussions of such behaviors. To remedy this, one must embark upon a journey of self-reflection, scrutinizing present practices and discerning opportunities for refinement. Observe the sustenance you offer your body. Opt for the nourishment bestowed by nature, choosing fruits, vegetables, and wholesome grains while diminishing the intake of processed fare. Likewise, infuse your days with purposeful movement, embracing activities that harmonize with your essence. Whether it be the rhythmic cadence of a walk, the invigorating stride of a jog, or the measured poses of yoga, each act becomes a tribute to the sanctity of the corporeal form. In tandem with these physical alterations, cultivate serenity in the realm of rest. Bestow upon yourself the gift of rejuvenating sleep and the solace derived from practices that temper the tempest of the mind. In the cadence of moderation reside the foundations of a thriving existence. Strive for incremental enhancements, for it is in the steadfastness of these choices that the body's sanctity is preserved. As the ancients professed, the body is our dwelling, and in its care, we unveil the path to a life replete with vigor and fulfillment. 5. Addiction to screens. The chains of our modern era manifest in the form of screens, captivating our attention and ensnaring our minds. Excessive indulgence in these luminous rectangles begets consequences that echo through the corridors of mental well-being and strain the delicate fabric of interpersonal connections. In acknowledging this peril, one must confront the insidious nature of screen addiction. The sage Moby astutely notes that it is not the devices themselves, but our attachment to them that constitutes the true predicament. To break free from these digital shackles, one must first recognize the compulsion and cultivate a deliberate detachment. Consider the moments spent in the radiant glow of screens, moments that could be devoted to introspection, meaningful conversations, or the embrace of nature's offerings. Limit the grasp of these devices, consciously allocating time for genuine interactions and activities that enrich the soul. In the art of moderation lies the key, for it is not an outright renunciation, but a calibrated engagement that fosters a harmonious coexistence with the digital realm. As the sages of old impart, the path to liberation is paved with discernment, leading us away from the hypnotic glow of screens toward the authentic luminosity of human connection. 6. Lack of goal setting. In the vast sea of existence, drifting without a compass of purpose can render one a mere leaf at the mercy of the currents. The sagacious Jim Rohn, with wisdom akin to the ancient philosophers, reveals the peril of entrusting one's destiny to the whims of circumstance. Without the captaincy of defined goals, one risks becoming a vessel adrift, subject to the tides of happenstance. Consider the plight of a ship without a course. Its voyage lacks intention, and its destiny remains veiled in uncertainty. Similarly, a life devoid of well-considered goals meanders in a directionless journey, devoid of the transformative power that purpose bestows. To overcome this peril, one must embark on the noble task of goal setting, align aspirations with personal values, drawing a map that delineates the route toward a meaningful existence. Set realistic milestones that serve as beacons, illuminating the path even in the darkest hours. Thus, in the pursuit of an intentional life, one not only charts the course but also imbues each step with purpose. By adhering to the profound counsel of goal setting, one crafts a narrative of purpose and significance, steering away from the treacherous currents of aimlessness. 7. Toxic relationships. In the intricate tapestry of human connections, toxic relationships stand as ominous shadows that can cast a pall over one's mental and emotional landscape. Deborah Reber, a modern sage, unveils the profound truth that releasing the bonds of toxicity is not an act of callous indifference but a gesture of self-preservation. To recognize and remove toxic relationships requires a discerning gaze into the intricate threads of interpersonal dynamics. Just as a skilled navigator observes the signs of an impending storm, one must keenly discern the subtle nuances that signal toxicity, a tempest that, if not averted, threatens the sanctity of the soul. Setting boundaries emerges as the stalwart anchor against the turbulent currents of toxicity. Like the ancient philosophers who fortified their minds with wisdom, one must fortify the shores of their emotional well-being. Establishing boundaries is not an act of cruelty, but a testament to self-respect, a shield against the onslaught of detrimental influences. The sage counsel here lies in recognizing that the only realm one truly governs is the kingdom within. By acknowledging the profound words of Deborah Reber and embracing the wisdom of setting boundaries, one not only safeguards their well-being, but also charts a course toward the serene waters of self-control and liberation. 8. Lack of financial discipline. In the labyrinth of life, the management of one's material resources stands as a testament to the principles that govern a sound and tranquil existence. John C. Maxwell, a modern philosopher of financial wisdom, imparts the profound truth that a budget is not a mere ledger but a guiding script that navigates the currents of monetary flow. The silent stressor that often pervades the human experience is the lack of financial discipline, a neglectful stewardship of resources that can sow seeds of chaos and instability. In the words of Maxwell, to let money wander unbridled is to relinquish control over one's destiny. The consequence is a cacophony of anxiety, a dissonant melody that echoes through the corridors of one's financial landscape. To overcome this silent stressor requires an alliance with prudence and foresight, qualities revered by philosophers of old. Crafting and adhering to a budget becomes the clarion call for those seeking harmony in their financial realm. As the ancient sages contemplated the intricacies of virtue, so must one contemplate the distribution of their financial resources to achieve tranquility. The practical tips for developing financial discipline are akin to the wise counsel of mentors guiding an aspiring philosopher. By heeding these insights and embracing the discipline of financial stewardship, one can metamorphose from a victim of financial disarray into a sage architect of their economic destiny. 9. Fear of failure. In the realm of mortal endeavors, the fear of failure, that lurking shadow that haunts the hearts of many, stands as a formidable obstacle on the path to personal and professional growth. The wisdom of the ages, as echoed by the industrious mind of Henry Ford, whispers that failure is not a condemning verdict, but a prelude to a more enlightened attempt. To embrace growth in the face of this paralyzing fear is akin to the philosopher's contemplation on the transience of setbacks in the grand tapestry of life. Failure is not an endpoint but a chisel sculpting the contours of resilience and wisdom. In the symphony of existence, each failure plays a note, and it is the duty of the philosopher of life to interpret the melody. Strategies for reframing failure become the guiding principles, the Stoic mantras that echo through the corridors of doubt. Just as ancient philosophers sought the truth behind the apparent, so must one seek the lessons veiled in the guise of failure. By acknowledging failure not as a foe, but as a mentor, one can navigate the labyrinth of growth with resilience and purpose. 10. Lack of sleep. In the quiet realms of the night where dreams and realities converge, the overlooked health saboteur emerges, the lack of sleep. As the Dalai Lama, a sage of serene wisdom, affirms, sleep is not merely a respite for the body, it is the best meditation, a sacred sanctuary for the weary soul. In the mosaic of well-being, the importance of sleep is akin to the philosopher's contemplation on the harmony of mind, body, and spirit. Sleep deprivation, a clandestine adversary, sabotages the delicate equilibrium, casting shadows on physical and mental health. To rectify this imbalance, the seeker of tranquility must embark on a quest for improved sleep hygiene. The philosopher prescribes a ritualistic approach, turning the bedroom into a temple of rest. Screens are banished, and the gentle lullabies of the night guide the restless mind into the realm of rejuvenation. The advice echoes the ancient wisdom of the sages, urging the weary traveler to prioritize rest as a cornerstone of holistic well-being. As the moon waxes and wanes, so must one's sleep cycle ebb and flow in harmonious rhythm with the celestial dance. The quest for better sleep is not a mere indulgence. It is a sacred pilgrimage toward a life imbued with vitality and clarity. As we navigate the labyrinth of existence, it becomes evident that our habits, those subtle architects of destiny, wield unparalleled influence. To disregard their potency is to court peril, for as the sage Benjamin Franklin contemplates, our net worth to the world is the delicate calculus of our virtues and vices. In the symphony of self-awareness, we've illuminated the shadows that accompany procrastination, mindless consumption, negative self-talk, unhealthy lifestyles, and the siren call of screens. We've traversed the landscapes of goal setting, toxic relationships, financial indiscipline, the fear of failure, and the often overlooked realm of sleep. Each step, a revelation. Each revelation, a call to action. The philosopher's gaze now turns inward, for self-awareness is the lantern that pierces the darkness of habit. To reckon with our habits is to stand at the crossroads of transformation, where the echoes of Benjamin Franklin resound. What remains after the cacophony of bad habits is subtracted from our virtuous endeavors. In this sacred space, let the community of seekers converge. Share your tales of triumph and tribulation, the strategies that have steered you away from the abyss of destructive habits. For in the communion of shared wisdom, we forge a collective path towards self-mastery. As the ancient adage whispers, "Know thyself." Let this be our anthem. Subscribers, companions in this journey of perpetual becoming, join our fellowship for more revelations on personal development and the alchemy of breaking destructive habits. Together, let us cultivate a tapestry of virtue and wisdom, where the symphony of good habits resonates louder than the echoes of the destructive.